Human beings are natural storytellers. When two events happen close together, the brain instinctively tries to connect them. It searches for a cause, a reason, a hidden mechanism that explains why one thing led to another. This instinct feels logical. After all, much of the world really does operate through cause and effect. Fire creates heat. Rain causes the ground to become wet. Exercise strengthens the body. But the brain often goes one step further. It assumes that because two things occur together, one must be causing the other. This mental shortcut is known as the confusion between correlation and causation. And it quietly shapes the way people interpret everyday events, news stories, scientific findings, and personal experiences. To understand this, imagine a simple situation. A person starts drinking a new type of herbal tea every night. Around the same time, they begin sleeping better. The brain quickly builds a story. The tea must be improving their sleep. But several other possibilities exist. Maybe the person also started exercising more during the same period. Maybe their work schedule became less stressful. Maybe the improvement was random variation that would have happened anyway. Yet the brain prefers the explanation with the clearest connection. Two events appeared together, so one must be the cause. This tendency is incredibly common because the mind is designed to search for patterns and explanations quickly. Identifying causes helped early humans survive. If eating a certain berry made someone sick, recognizing that cause quickly could prevent future harm. But the modern world is far more complex than the environments in which this instinct evolved. Today, many events are influenced by multiple interacting factors. Economic trends, health outcomes, social behavior, and technological changes rarely have a single cause. Instead, they emerge from complex systems where many variables interact at once. Yet the brain still tries to simplify the story. Consider another example that appears frequently in everyday conversation. A student notices that whenever they listen to a certain type of music while studying, they receive good grades on their exams. The brain might conclude that the music is responsible for the academic success. But the real cause could be something else entirely. Maybe the student only listens to that music when they are already focused. Maybe they study longer during those sessions. Maybe the subjects being studied were easier. The music and the good grades happen together, but that doesn't mean one created the other. This confusion becomes even more powerful when statistics are involved. You might see a headline claiming that people who drink more coffee tend to live longer. The immediate conclusion many readers draw is that coffee must be causing longer lifespans. But correlation alone cannot prove that. Perhaps people who drink coffee also have other habits, like socializing more, maintaining active lifestyles, or belonging to certain socioeconomic groups that influence health outcomes. Without careful analysis, the brain jumps to the simplest story. Coffee causes longevity. In reality, the relationship might be far more complicated. This mistake becomes especially problematic in public discussions, where simplified explanations travel quickly. News reports, social media posts, and casual conversations often present correlations as if they were proven causes. The mind rarely stops to question the difference. Part of the reason this confusion persists is that causal stories feel satisfying. When we believe we understand why something happens, the world feels more predictable and controllable. If a clear cause exists, then outcomes can be influenced. But when events are shaped by many overlapping factors or by randomness itself, the sense of control weakens. The brain prefers certainty over ambiguity, so it constructs causes, even when those causes are incomplete or incorrect. Scientists spend enormous effort trying to separate correlation from causation. They design experiments that isolate variables, compare control groups, and analyze data carefully to determine whether one factor truly influences another. In scientific research, discovering a genuine cause requires far more than observing two things happening together. It requires testing whether changing one variable consistently changes the outcome. But in everyday thinking, most people rely on intuition rather than controlled evidence. When events appear linked, the mind fills in the causal story automatically. This doesn't mean people are irrational. It simply means the brain evolved for speed, not perfect accuracy. Learning to recognize this mental shortcut can change how you interpret information. The next time you hear a claim that one thing caused another, it may be worth asking a few questions. Did these events simply occur together? Could other factors be influencing the outcome? Has the relationship actually been tested? Or is it only observed? These questions slow down the mind's rush toward simple explanations. They create space for deeper understanding. Because the world is full of patterns, coincidences, and overlapping influences. Many events occur side by side without directly causing each other. Yet the brain constantly tries to turn those coincidences into stories. Understanding the difference between correlation and causation does not eliminate that instinct. The mind will always prefer clear explanations. But once you recognize the shortcut, you gain something valuable. The ability to pause before accepting the story your brain automatically creates.